Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to Snug Wrestling. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
And now, making his way to the podcast studio all the way from Sacramento, California, he eats, sleeps, and breathes pro wrestling. He is the best self-proclaimed pro wrestling analyst in the world. Wrestling is still real to him, and he is here to keep good wrestling alive. He is the host of Snug Wrestling Podcast, the one, the only, Edgar Avila.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Snug Wrestling with me, your host. My name is Edgar, and we got another weekend full of wrestling. Once again, we have at least 3 shows that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure there's way more than that, but the ones that I'm going to be going over is just three, because we have Friday Night Smackdown, we have AEW Collision on Saturday, and also Battle of the Belts on Saturday right after Collision. And we have a lot of good things to look forward to. We have a lot of good matches, some not so good. So let's do a sneak preview of these shows that we're going to be watching over the weekend, what to expect from them, what to look forward to, and let's try to guess some of the winners for these shows. And this is episode number 76 of Snug Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast where wrestling is still real. And I am your host. My name is Edgar, the world's greatest pro wrestling analyst. And please be sure to hit me up on all of my social medias at Snug Wrestling. Let's get started with AEW Collision first. That's going to be taking place in Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee is going to be hosting AEW Collision, so let's get into it. Eddie Kingston versus Jeff Jarrett is going to be taking place in a Memphis street fight. Eddie Kingston, he has some nerve because Kingston told Jay Lethal that Jay Lethal didn't deserve a shot at his Ring of Honor championship belt. Jay Lethal, rightfully so, explained to Eddie Kingston and said, "Yo, my mans, who in the blue hell are you talking to? Do you know who the I am? Listen, my guy, my name is Jay Lethal, and I demand a shot at that championship belt because in my 18 years of professional wrestling, I have accomplished so many things, including putting that championship belt that you're carrying on the map. So, if anyone deserves a title shot, it's definitely Jay Lethal, not Wheeler Yuta or Commander, or not any of these guys that Eddie Kingston has been defending that belt against. And Jay Lethal, you are 1,000% correct. Eddie Kingston, you better stop playing with that man and you better give him that title shot that he rightfully deserves. But since this is taking place in Memphis, Tennessee, let's make things a little bit more interesting. Let's have Jeff Jarrett in this Memphis street fight versus Eddie Kingston, and when Jeff Jarrett wins, then Jay Lethal will get a title shot at Eddie Kingston's Ring of Honor championship. And I am all for this. I'm about it. Yes, sir. Let's see this. Let's make this happen. Jeff Jarrett is not a stranger to these Memphis street fights, and it should be really good. And we also have something that comes out of this, which would also be a really good match, Jay Lethal versus Eddie Kingston for the Ring of Honor championship. So let's go Jeff Jarrett. Big Bill and Ricky Starks, the new tag team champions, are also going to be defending the AEW World Tag Team Championship belts at Collision versus Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. The new tag team champs, they've been doing big things for quite some time. They defeated the world's greatest tag team, the Top Guys FTR. Last week, they got into a massive shoot promo battle with Edge that made waves all over the internet, and people could not stop talking about it. Sorry, Adam Copeland, I'm still not used to that. And besides FTR, these are the perfect guys, the perfect team that deserve to have these title belts and can take them to other levels and make these belts really interesting and something to look forward to for AEW Collision. I'm not exactly sure why Claudio or Wheeler Yuta are getting a shot. I haven't seen them in a tag team match in quite some time, and even though Claudio is really good, Big Bill and Starks are most definitely going to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And that's all the matches that we have lined up for AEW Collision so far. So let's get into the Battle of the Belts that's going to be happening right after AEW Collision. Kris Stantlander versus Willow Nightingale for the TBS Championship. Kris Stantlander made the challenge herself during the last episode of AEW Dynamite, and she said that she wanted to defend her belt versus someone she respects so much, and it's Willow Nightingale. Kris Stantlander just gave Willow a shot at the title and just said, here you go. The champions, they don't usually make the challenges like this. Usually the challengers are the ones that come after the champion, not the other way around. But Kris Stantlander is a fighting champion and wants to give Willow a shot at the belt. Kris Stantlander has been a great TBS championship. She's a great athlete, a great wrestler, and I definitely see her retaining her TBS championship versus Willow Nightingale. Orange Cassidy is also going to be defending his international championship this weekend at Battle of the Belts versus the winner of a three-way match that took place at AEW Rampage, and it's John Silver versus Kip Sabian versus Brother Zay. It technically already took place because Rampage was pre-recorded, but it's airing tonight on Friday night. But spoiler alert, the winner was John Silver. John Silver stole the pin on Brother Zay after Kip Sabian did all the work. So Orange Cassidy is going to be going up against John Silver for the International Championship. And Orange Cassidy has superhuman strength and has the best Superman punch in the wrestling world, and he is most indubitably going to retain his International Championship this Saturday versus John Silver. We're also going to be seeing the AEW Trios Championship, the Acclaimed versus the former JAS members Matt Mernard, Angelo Parker, and Daniel Garcia. The Trios champions will most indefinitely retain the Trios champions, but as long as we get to see Daniel Garcia do his little dancey dance, we are all going to be winners here. And that is it for the AEW programs for this weekend. I'm sure there's going to be more matches than just the ones I went over, but these are the only ones that have been announced so far. Saving the best for last, let's get into WWE Friday Night Smackdown. And I am expecting a really, really good episode of SmackDown because there has been so many things going on lately with the Bloodline and the Judgment Day, LA Knight, and John Cena. And there's also going to be some really great matches, some championship matches like this one, Iyo Sky versus Charlotte Flair. Finally, the title is being defended in a one-on-one match, not a multi-person match like we have been seeing over and over and over again. Nick Aldis, he's off to a great start as the general manager for SmackDown after making this match last week on Friday Night SmackDown, and I wonder what other great things Nick Aldis has up his sleeve as a GM for SmackDown. Charlotte has the opportunity to become 17-time women's champion, and if she does, she'll be surpassing her father's record, Mr. Ric Flair, as well as John Cena's World Championship record. Charlotte Flair is known to win a lot of championship matches, which will make this match an unexpected and unpredictable match. But Iyo Sky, she rolls with the gang of misfits like Bayley and Dakota Kai, and the Damage Control, they always stick their noses during these matches. Either way, however you try to slice it, this match is very intriguing. Santos Escobar versus Montes Ford, another singles match. Awesome. These are my favorite types of matches, especially when you have two world-class athletes like these two. The Street Profits, they've been attacking the LWO almost every week, and these two groups have been at each other's necks, so let's keep this going. Santos Escobar has been getting that Rey Mysterio rub, and you also have Montes Ford getting that Lashley rub. This will also be a really good match, and it's hard to pick just one winner, but I'm gonna have to go with Santos Escobar to win this one. So far, these are all the matches that have officially been announced for Friday Night SmackDown. Not sure what the main event is gonna be yet, but I'm sure we're gonna find out. Normally, we figure this out at the beginning of the show in the opening segment because it is the WWE, and the main event, it always gets announced right at the beginning. And also, the Judgment Day will most likely be there because they are the new tag team champions again. And let's not forget, Jimmy Uso was also on Monday Night Raw and attacked his twin brother to help the Judgment Day get those championship belts back. So we are going to be hearing from Jimmy most likely, and this alliance with the Judgment Day and the Bloodline seems to be getting stronger. A few weeks ago, we saw that Paul Heyman got this alliance authorized by the Tribal Chief, so it looks like Roman Reigns sent over Jimmy Uso due to this alliance to help the Judgment Day get those championships back. And wherever this alliance is that's happening with the Bloodline and the Judgment Day, you can also expect to see LA Knight and John Cena as well. And I'm getting myself all excited about this Friday Night SmackDown just talking about it. I can't wait to see what happens with all of this. I hope all you guys are excited about all of this as well. A big weekend, another big weekend full of wrestling. Let me know what you guys think. What are you guys looking forward to the most? Hit me up at Snug Wrestling. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll talk soon.